Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the IndieZoNe podcast. My name is Kathy. We have been providing you with updates from the lawsuit Karen Laramie, Stacy Chapin, James Chapin, Maisie Chapin versus City of Moscow that was seeking to prevent or enjoin the City of Moscow from fulfilling certain public records requests of the Moscow Police Department, the first responding officers on scene at 1122 King Road, from their investigatory files. There has been a new order. It is the judgment granting in part a permanent injunction. It was filed on the court docket October 1st, 2025 at approximately 3:11 p.m. Moscow time, entitled Judgment Granting in Part, Permanent Injunction. And I'm going to read this document verbatim, but for a few words at the very end. I'm going to paraphrase, and I'll let you know what's paraphrased. Judgment is entered as follows. For the reasons set forth in the memorandum decision granting in part plaintiff's complaint for permanent injunction, the City of Moscow is permanently restrained from disclosing photographs or videos without first blacking out any areas within these investigatory records that depict any portion of the, and now I'm going to paraphrase, the students or certain fluids immediately surrounding them. End of paraphrase, ladies and gentlemen. The order then is dated October 1st, 2025, signed Megan E. Marshall, District Judge. If I could interject a few comments, few opinions as we do here pursuant to the First Amendment of the United States Constitution, as it relates to freedom of speech and of the press. First, this is granting in part. Everything that the plaintiffs were asking for was not granted. Number two, this does not appear to enjoin the Idaho State Police from releasing anything from their investigatory files, including photographs and any video that they may have taken during the processing of the crime scene November 13th, 2022, and continued thereafter. The ISP were not named in this lawsuit. And third, questions now focus on whether or not any public records requests for the first responders who entered 1122 King Road at noon or shortly thereafter and went into Madison Mogen's bedroom, where the affidavit of probable cause signed by Detective Brett Payne back on December 29th, 2022, described at page number 2 a K-bar sheath that was found on the bed next to Madison Mogen when viewed from the door, and I'm paraphrasing from that declaration. Questions arise whether any future public records request, now that this case has been concluded, will be fulfilled, depending if it depicts any images of the students or fluid surrounding them on that sheath. That is yet to be determined. If you would like to review this judgment, this public record, the complaint, declarations, and other filings from this court case, please go to the Kathy's IndieZoNe YouTube channel. I provided a link to that YouTube channel in this description to this podcast episode. Finally, it remains to be seen if any party or parties will attempt to appeal this decision, such as the media, to the Idaho Supreme Court. If there are any appeals, if there's any motions for reconsideration or any such filings that are submitted in future, we will notify you. So please continue to stay tuned to this podcast. Until next time, this is Kathy. Thank you for joining us here today.